Disclaimer, this video was made before these games came out. What to play? What to play? Nah, it's not really anything. I'll go on Steam. Nah. That one's kind of mid. Nah. I already played this one too much. Man, there's nothing to play. Here, I'll check the store. Damn. $80? I don't know if I want to buy this. It might be bad. I guess I'll buy it.
Company command! This is first platoon! We've lost the square! We can't hold it!
Dude, this game sucks. What are these graphics? What the fuck? I'm scared to buy games. Why? I'll tell you why. So, recently I've been keeping track of many of my favorite games that are coming out this year. And I don't know whether to pre-order the game or not. I know. #1 rule. Never pre-order. Whatever, dude. I want that extra weapon skin that means literally nothing. For example, I've seen that Space Marine 2 is coming out. And I'm pretty excited for the release. I thought I'd pre-order it because people keep talking about a 13-year-old wait or something. So the game's got to be good, right? But I see everywhere, don't pre-order because these devs made a mid-game before it, or it should have been delayed more. Like, what happened to being promised a good game and a good game released? So I thought to myself, why does this just keep happening? Why can't developers just make something good for once? And as the video game player I am, a dumb one, in fact, I was going to pre-order it anyways. Because, you know, I'm a sheeple who keeps buying games that aren't fully baked yet. But then I remembered. I've pre-ordered 4 games in my lifetime. And you're about to hear the worst thing ever. But I think this might be the worst lineup of games that have been pre-ordered ever. So first, I'm going to talk about Cyberpunk. So Cyberpunk was my first pre-order, and everyone knows about this catastrophic, like, launch. I don't want to talk about it. Everyone knows, you know, it was buggy mess, whatever. People are saying it's good now. I'm still not giving it a try, but, like, they're saying it's good now. Still not playing it, though. And for the second game I pre-ordered is Starfield. Now, a lot of people still know about this, but still, I'm going to mention it. This just wasn't a lot to do. Like, I'm a pretty avid Bethesda fan, and I love the Fallout series, and I love Skyrim. And so when they announced Starfield, I was pretty excited because it's a new Bethesda IP. Who wouldn't be excited? But most people already know why Starfield was bad. And there was just nothing to do. The combat was boring. The building system that was stolen from Fallout 4 was stupid. I don't know why they brought it back. And those powers you get in the game were just space shouts from Skyrim. But, you know, I thought they learned from 76 and Fallout 4, man. And, dude, that story, I don't even remember a lick of it, man.
Where was the guy? Are you over there? Oh my god. Did I not explore the other thing? Ah! Chat, is there a... See, like, in Fallout, like, if you have to run for literally, like, 3 to 4 minutes, like, there'd be, like, a weird little, like, rad roach over here, and then over here, there's, like, a baby in the trash, but it's actually a grenade, and then, like, you're listening to, like, the cool radio or something. I can't believe I pre-ordered the premium edition. Whoa, wait, chat. I think there might be some more gameplay at this industrial... That's it, Town Howard! Jeez. Oh, cool, there's nothing here.
And for the third game that I pre-ordered, it was Dead Island 2. And I'm gonna be honest, it's not like the worst. It's not like it wasn't Starfield tier bad, but it wasn't good and it wasn't bad. It was really mid. But the thing that makes it worse is I managed to convince one of my friends to pre-order it with me and play it. And I feel really bad because that game was $80. So, yeah. Now, my final game that I pre-ordered. Now, not many people know this disaster, but I'm going to start by saying it was by EA. Now, everyone knows EA's exploits and, you know, how they keep releasing the same game every year and they haven't made a good game in years. But this game was probably one of their worst. Now, I want you to guess what that game is. And, you know, it's not that hard of a question, right? It's EA. What game have they made in the past 10 years that was bad? Maybe all of them, but like, come on. Okay, time's up. What's your guess? Now, if you said Anthem, you would be correct. This is debatably EA's biggest flop. And if you didn't get it right, or you straight up just didn't guess, I hate you, you should have played along. Anyways. Anthem was supposed to be Destiny 2 and Titanfall mixed into one game. And with Iron Man aspects. And that's like all that anyone needs to hear. That sounds like an amazing game, right? But, you know, EA. And the game was just terrible. The story made no sense. It was boring as hell. The loot was terrible. The guns didn't even feel cool. And the game was really just repetitive. And when you finally got to the end game, there was nothing to do but roam around. Now I ask, what do those 4 games have in common? Promises. They promised so much for these games, and they promised that these games would be continued for years. But if you've been keeping up with these games, only really 1 out of the 4 is alive. Well, technically 2 out of 4 are still alive because they kept working on it. Cyberpunk, mainly, because Cyberpunk, the developers probably just felt bad that the release was terrible. But honestly, 50-50, but they probably love their game and they want to keep it going. And, well, technically Dead Island's still alive, but all they've really done is release DLC that I think maybe 5 people in the world have played. But what about Anthem? Well, Anthem hasn't gotten an update in 5 years. And Starfield, well, technically the game's still alive. They added microtransactions since the game came out. A couple tiny changes. Patches. Yeah, the game's totally amazing and delivered what they promised on. Anyways, after those games, I don't think I've been excited for a game in a while. But what about current day releases? I mean, we've come a long way since those games, right? Well, I recently played a game called Risk of Rain 2. And no, I don't know if you know, but Risk of Rain 2 released some DLC recently. And well, it's not good. Well, not in the sense that it's not fun. It's more bad because it's unplayable. Like, there's straight up game-breaking bugs that wipe your saves or just don't let you play the game because you can't play on Xbox. But yeah, like, just go check out that video if you're interested on the bugs. Like, it's disgusting that Gearbox, who was the new head developers of Risk of Rain 2, couldn't delay it for a little longer to make sure it's playable. However, they did technically fix it like 9 days, 10 days later after release. Even though a lot of people lost progress, but a fix is a fix, right? And another thing I want to talk about that's recent is Persona 3 Reload. Because the DLC is coming out soon, and I've been a Persona fan for a bit now. I got into 5 in 2020, and I played it a couple times, then I played 4, and when I was just about to play 3, Reload was announced. And so I decided to wait, you know, for it to come out. Now, I only bought the normal edition when it came out, but many people bought the deluxe edition. And most people, when you buy a deluxe edition, would think that you get all the DLC. But buying the DLC for $100, you would get the base game, the soundtrack, which is really good, and the art book. Now, you probably think it's weird that you only get an art book and a soundtrack. To be fair, the $90 game had a $10 extra edition, so you wouldn't expect much for the other tiers, right? But the next tier is $135. And you would expect to get all the DLC and expansion pass for it, right? Wrong. All you got for $40 more is some costumes that look not even good, some personas, which made it so you could steamroll through the entire game. Don't worry, I'm not done, because the developers did announce more DLC that would be coming that wouldn't be available to the people who paid extra $40. They paid $135, not including tax, for some costumes. Now, of course, people review bombed the Steam page. You know, it didn't really change anything. But, two more things to mention. Now, I know I'm rambling a lot, but keep watching. Your views make me happy. Also, subscribe. You know, it does that cool thing now, right? So if I say subscribe, it does a cool thing. Subscribe. Okay, anyways. So, Persona 3 Reload apparently had less content than the FES version that was released in 2007. The FES version is currently listed as $30, if you don't mind the very dated graphics. Just play that one instead. You know, $60 cheaper. And finally, my last thing to mention about Persona is that apparently the DLC was made and finished when the game came out. But instead of releasing it, they just didn't. So that they could charge people for it later and increase the hype. Now, to be fair, that is speculation from a quote-unquote good source. But apparently, and I hope it too, that they thought it needed more time in the oven. So back on the main point at the start of the video, I'm done with Persona now. I'm scared to buy video games. Now you know why. But how will I change that fear of spending money? Or what should I do to get over that fear? Well, I'm not going to pirate my games, because I like having a bug-free PC. And I also like supporting developers. Well, good developers. But I guess the only way to face my fear is to just hope my favorite games come on Game Pass. And also probably stop pre-ordering like a stupid idiot. For my final closing thoughts, video games shouldn't be $90 fucking. $80 was already so much. And what's the point of this video? The point of the video is I like to complain. And I never learn, I guess. Thank you. Like the video. And thanks for listening to my yap. Now, if you're subscribed and you care about my channel, keep watching. Keep watching. This last little part, because I want to mention that my next video is coming. I don't want to leave you guys in the dark. My next video, it's going to be long, like longer than the 2 30-minute videos I made. It honestly might be an hour, but I am working on it. And it's hard because I hate this game. I'm going to be honest, I don't know why I suggested it, but I'm playing it. Also, I read every comment. And I love the comments you guys leave that are nice. And if you leave mean comments, you are mean. Anyways, thanks for your time. Please subscribe, like the video. Bye-bye.